Problems in the mathematics teaching process using questions to develop mathematical thinking.
Problems with the learning process teaching mathematics, creating curriculum and teaching. Consider individual differences. Educators and teachers are needed. Must have basic knowledge of educational psychology in order to understand learner behavior in the learning process, as well as solving various problems related to teaching. Like an engineer who must have basic knowledge in science and mathematics contains the following topics. 1. The importance of educational objectives and lessons. Emphasize the importance of clearly specifying the objectives of study, lessons, and units. Studying because the objectives will determine the teaching and learning arrangement. 2. Developmental theory and personality theory. It is a matter that educators and teachers must have knowledge of, because it will help understand the identity of learners at their age. Various, especially kindergarten age, childhood, and adolescence, which are the ages that are studying in school. 3. Differences between individuals and groups. Educators and teachers must learn about the differences between individuals and groups in terms of intelligence, creativity, gender, socioeconomic status. 4. Learning theory. Educators and teachers must learn about the differences between individuals and groups in terms of intelligence, creativity, gender, socioeconomic status. 5. Teaching theory and educational technology. Teaching theories are equally important and useful as theories of learning and development in help educators and teachers with teaching and learning. As for teaching technology that will help teachers a lot is computer-assisted teaching. 6. Teaching principles and teaching methods. Educational psychologists have proposed teaching principles and teaching methods based on the psychological theories that each person adheres to. For example, teaching principles and teaching methods based on the views of psychologists, behaviorism, intellectualism, and humanism. 7. Principles of educational measurement and evaluation. Basic knowledge about this subject will help educators, and the teacher knows that teaching has. Is it effective? 8. Creating a classroom atmosphere. Basic knowledge about this subject will help educators, and the teacher knows that teaching and learning. Is it effective? The important role of teachers is teaching and learning in the classroom. Teachers are considered important engines. In addition to academic qualifications, which is knowledge and ability in the content of the subjects taught, teachers must also be people who are enthusiastic, determined, and desire to see the development of students. Learner progress. Understand the objectives of each subject and understand the goals of education. In which direction do you want students to go? What are the teaching methods to achieve the goal? In teaching, teachers must know the basics of each student. Each student has individual differences in physical, emotional, social, and intellectual aspects, as well as character traits. Teachers therefore need to pay attention to each child. In teaching, teachers must always be aware of students' feelings. Teachers should have students practice many times and practice many aspects of each skill, and it is important that the training should not be repetitive to the point of being boring. Should be trained to gain skill or expertise. For students to be born experts should understand the important content first before starting to proceed with the steps. Background and importance of the problem. Mathematics plays a very important role in the development of human thinking. Make you creative, think systematically and have a plan. Able to analyze problem situations thoroughly and carefully, helping to predict, plan, decide, solve problems and apply them in daily life correctly and appropriately. In addition, mathematics is a tool for studying science, technology, and other sciences. Mathematics is therefore beneficial to life, helps improve the quality of life, and can stay together with others happily. Ministry of Education. 2008-1. Mathematics is an important tool for developing the brain's potential in thinking, systematic reasoning and problem solving. In addition, mathematics is only basic knowledge in various fields of science. Teaching Promotion Institute Science and Technology. 255-1. 60. The quality of learners who have completed 12 years of basic education must have knowledge and understanding of mathematics content, have mathematical process skills, have a good attitude towards mathematics. Be aware of the value of mathematics and be able to use mathematical knowledge to improve the quality of life. Institute for the Promotion of Teaching Science and Technology. 2008. 4. Mathematics teaching and learning. It has not been as successful as it should be. Students have achievements formally, learning is at a low level. This may be due to many reasons and factors, such as techniques and methods. Organized learning, which still encourages students to think analytically quite a bit. Teachers have little understanding of how to use the curriculum in creating learning media. And student evaluation, still unable to put it into practice. Secretariat Office Education Council. 2008-19. Mathematics teaching problems and solutions. Teaching and learning management. Students should be involved in teaching and learning. Teachers advise and demonstrate and then let students practice. Let students express their own ideas logically. Let students practice analytical thinking. Teachers must first explain and then memorize. Teachers, don't jump to conclusions because it will make students not think. Use some media. Use real-life situations of students as a learning context. Use printed materials or media. Advertising is a source of knowledge in the community. Use real things and simulations as teaching media. Let students know how to think for themselves. Do it yourself. Solve problems yourself. There should be a variety of teaching methods. Use some cooperative teaching methods so that students know how to work with friends. Teaching should be done in a question and answer format and share opinions. Sometimes it may be taught on a scaffold basis with rotating group work assigned. Students will know how to divide work and help each other. Some content is boring. Games and music should be brought in to help on occasion. 1. Problems with teaching media. Teaching media is small, causing students to not participate. Sometimes the executive is the media buying schedule results in ineffective media. I don't know how to buy media. Lack of budget to buy media. Teachers cannot create media to match certain content. Teachers lack knowledge in media production. There is little media. Various. Only documents, media not up to standard. Some purchased ready-made media do not match the teaching content. The process of buying media is complicated and inconvenient. The media is not interesting. The media does not match the content. Teachers do not have time to produce media. Solution. Some content can be taught using real media. You may have to practice group brainstorming activities. Have students create their own media. Use questioning. Use the media around you in the room. Organize role-play situations. Produce your own media or use old media to make it better. Improving how and where to buy media. 2. Problems with teachers. The teacher was unable to check the students' work in time. Too little teaching time, too much content. Unable to teach in time. The teaching hours are in the afternoon, which makes the students not interested. Teacher development is not thorough. There is no time to produce teaching materials. Inadequate teacher follow-up. Teachers are not well prepared for teaching. Many teachers in the same subject teaching consistently. Teaching students very differently makes teaching difficult. Teachers graduate, not relevant to major field of study. The teacher doesn't understand the content. Lack of confidence in teaching. Teachers do not like to search for new knowledge. Teacher lacks enthusiasm. Teachers do not have the conscience of being a teacher. Teachers lack reinforcement and are not motivated to work. Teachers lack techniques for transferring. Teachers lack ethics. The teacher teaches too fast. Tense teacher. The teacher has an unstable mood. Math teacher scolds teacher using measurement methods that do not match the content or activities taught. Teachers don't care for children as they should. Teachers like to take time off. Teachers give exams that are not related to the subject they teach and the exams are difficult. Teachers lack supervision between each other. Teachers need to spend a lot of time preparing content because they teach many subjects. Solution. Teachers must have psychology in teaching. Train students to think, practice process skills and train be patient in solving problems without realizing it. Point out the importance of mathematics. That can be used in real life. However, teachers should have patience in solving problems in teaching. Teachers should be developed in many ways. Frequently organize training on content, teaching methods, and production of media for personal use. The most important thing is the teacher must be accurate in content and have a variety of teaching methods. Then you will be able to think of appropriate teaching media yourself, as well as being able to solve various problems very well. Problems with students. Students are worried about playing, are lazy, have little time to study, do not like to think, like to cause trouble in the room, like to copy work. Sending students who are confused, have short attention spans, don't like to study, have mental problems and come from a not-so-good family situation. Parents don't care. The student doesn't like mathematics. There is no basis for calculation. There is a lot of workload at home. Allowing students to retake failed subjects multiple times or any time they are ready makes them less enthusiastic. Teachers cannot punish students who lack morality. Students lack equipment for studying, not being able to concentrate on studying due to scheduling study time at an inappropriate time. 4. Aptitude problems and the intelligence of students is different. If the teacher uses only one teaching method, it will not be successful. The curriculum may not be consistent in any way. Practice. Some teachers may have a lot of workload besides teaching and do not have time to pay close attention to children thoroughly. Another reason for not being successful in teaching mathematics is that students do not like the subject. Mathematics solution. Teachers should conduct classroom research starting in kindergarten to solve problems from the beginning before they accumulate. 5. Problems of students having basic mathematics deficiencies. The reason is that the teacher is not accurate in the content. Graduated not in the correct field of study, bad teaching techniques, or even some people who graduated from the field themselves have good knowledge but poor teaching techniques, causing children who receive knowledge to be impaired, causing a lack of knowledge or wrong knowledge continuously accumulating until results are low. The teaching media used is not clear enough, causing teachers to use some media without real knowledge. Solution. Train teachers to have knowledge and expertise in teaching by organizing training for teachers thoroughly and regularly. Make additional teaching packages. It may be in the form of lessons for self-learning or supplementary lessons for content that students do not yet understand or have prepared every content because students are different, which is always practiced, and the teaching set should have both levels of difficulty. There are a variety of questions. Teachers should have good knowledge. Having good teaching techniques can make children interested and love the subject. Teachers should make children have confidence and love in the teacher. Then the children will love the subjects they study. Teachers should analyze and use teaching media to suit the content and correspond with different student groups. 6. The problem of students being unable to apply knowledge to real life arises from studying only theory. Real life experiences are not used. Do not use what you learn to get the most benefit. Solution. Teachers must find ways for children to apply knowledge in real life. For example, having students do projects that are of integrating mathematics into real life in teaching and learning. There should be some problems related to real life. Or, students can be given a topic and then have them think about how it can be applied to real life. Have students try to find examples, simulated situations to solve problems, or you can have students encounter a real problem and then think about how mathematics can be used to solve the problem. 7. The problem is that students don't like to think and solve problems. It is caused by Thai children being taught to rarely think. Don't dare to express your thoughts, afraid of being wrong. Teachers teach only by telling and doing. Let the children just listen and then copy along without wanting to think. In addition, teachers often teach in a question and answer format by asking people to fill in the answers at the same time. I make the child unable to think through the process of thinking. In addition, measurement using multiple choice tests encourages children to guess and not think. The accumulated causes cause children to not like to solve problems. Solution: there must be a variety of activities. Stimulates interest and makes children want to think. For example, training to think in two people or think in groups. Emphasis on thinking as a process, then let him think alone. Find a variety of problems or have students create their own problems. To cause the thought process by activities that will be used depends on the content taught. 8. Problems with students lacking practice and self-review. They often copy their work from a lack of cultivation. Responsibility, behavior, morality and ethics, because if the child lacks in this part, it means a lack of responsibility. Solution: teacher checks homework, solve problems one by one, don't neglect them. Parents should take care thoroughly. For example, look at what homework is today. Help supervise homework, cultivate responsibility from childhood. Honesty, diligence, using internal motivation that our future depends on us. Cause a child to be born bamboo Samrit motivation. Teachers must not focus on scores as important. Because children won't think. Rely only on talented kids, let kids try. Think for yourself and give similar scores. Continuously practice learning skills, children will become more confident.
9. The problem of students not liking calculations. It was caused by children not liking mathematics. Teachers do not teach concretely. Teaching is difficult for children. I believe that mathematics is difficult, boring, and repetitive, making me not want to think. Solution: you must make mathematics fun by using games, songs, and technology to help teach. For example, computer-assisted teaching program cartoon lesson. Use a calculator sometimes in some matters that have large numbers. But you must focus on giving children thinking skills first.
Create exciting activities, bring current events into things to think about. See what the child is interested in and make connections. There is a way to be provocative. Make activities interesting. Create environment to stimulate children's interests. Organize some competitions. Have some prizes, and the activities will be which type depends on the content. And student groups: one activity cannot be used for all subjects.